Okay, hello everyone. I want to welcome you all to our 10th and final class of this semester. Thank you all for joining us today. I know it is a holiday weekend, but thank you all for coming. I'm really happy to see all of you. Today, as it might appear, we are going to play a Jeopardy review game. And what this means, if you haven't taken the class with me before, is that we are going to kind of review the material that we have covered over the course of the past 10 weeks. Now, if there are lessons that you don't think you fully understood, this is definitely a really great review because it will encompass everything that we have done so far. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This is, like I said, this is the 10th and the last class of this semester. We are going to be, wrapping up today. At the end of the class today, I will be telling you a little bit about what's going to be going on in terms of next semester and what things you could do in between now and then. Because although this is the end of the semester, there is still more programming and classes and things that you could participate in from our program, which I'll tell you all about at the end of the class today. Now, before we get started, for those of you who were here on Wednesday night, we had a very special class called How to Impress Your Grandchildren. For those of you who were not here, I would like to show you a very short 10 to 15 second video of our fellow seniors doing a popular TikTok dance. For those of you who were here, this is a treat for you. And for those of you who weren't here, you could see what you missed out on. So Joe, if you could play the video, let's go ahead and watch that short video.
3, 2, 1, go. Somebody break your heart. Looking like an angel, but so savage love. When you kiss me, I know you don't get 2 fucks.
Okay, that was very short, but that is a very popular TikTok dance, and our seniors learned on Wednesday night how to perform the dance. So if you were there, that's excellent. If you were not, you kind of got a little sneak preview. Thanks to Julia and Caroline for that amazing lesson. Okay, so let's get started. So if we go, slide 4. So the schedule for today is we're going to play of course, the Jeopardy review game. And then just like we did last semester, if anyone here wants to say something about their experiences in the class, or they have something they want to add, they'll have the opportunity to say things at the end of the class. Then myself and Caroline and Joe and Julia will say some things about the semester, and then I'll talk about things upcoming. So that's basically a schedule of what's going to happen today. There isn't so much concrete learning today. It's more just a review and wrapping up. Okay, so let us go to our Jeopardy board. So as you could see, here are our 5 categories. I'm going to explain how this is going to work. We have managing a computer, entertainment and shopping, smartphone apps, managing a smartphone, and random. Okay, so these are the 5 categories of the Jeopardy, and you'll notice that under each category, there are 5 questions ranging from 100 to 500. And what we are going to do is we are going to go through the gallery. What that means is I'll go through the faces that I see on my screen, and you'll all have an opportunity to choose a value on the board. So you'll say, for example, entertainment and shopping for 200, for example. We will open up that question. All the questions in here are direct references to material that was covered in all 10 lessons. I know some of you have not been to every single lesson, so it might happen that you'll get a question of that one lesson that you happen to miss, which is totally fine. Myself, Caroline, and Joe, we are here to help you, and we'll be able to help you if you don't fully get the question. That's totally fine. This is just supposed to be a fun review activity for all of us. We are going to try and get through all the questions on the board. So when I call on your name, you should select a category: managing a computer, entertainment and shopping, smartphone apps, managing a smartphone, or random. Any of those, it's all up to you. And then a number value, and obviously the number values with the higher numbers. So a 500 is much harder than a 100. So if you want to stick to the easy questions, you could stick at the top of the board, and as you get farther down, the questions get a little bit harder. But everything in this, there are no surprises. Everything in this Jeopardy is direct pullouts from all 10 lessons over the past 10 weeks. Okay, so let us get started because I would like to get through as much of this board as possible. We are going to start with Michael Wolf. Would you like to choose a value and a number?
Managing.
You have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Managing a computer, 300.
300 managing a computer. Okay, let's open that up. Caroline, go ahead.
Okay, what tool do you use to send a file wirelessly from one device to another?
I think I missed that class.
Okay, so Jordan.
So this tool is called AirDrop, and to send a picture or to send a video wirelessly from one device to another, you could open up on any Apple device that file, and you'll click on AirDrop, and it will list all the devices that are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. That's the important part. The device is to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. And you will be able to send that picture or that video wirelessly from one device to another. So that tool is called AirDrop. Let's go back to the board. And let's now go to Geeta. You want to choose an option?
Oh, I guess also entertaining and shopping.
For which value?
Shopping. What?
For 100?
Yeah, 100.
Okay, 100. Geeta's going for the easy one.
You're damn right. I mean, you're darn right.
Okay,
Hey,
what
Joe.
can you use voice recognition for?
Use voice recognition for to see people, like to see you, to know I'm on with you. Like I heard your voice before I saw what was on this morning. Is that what it is? To recognize friends or people we know. Identify people we know. Okay, I don't want to waste your time. I'm not good at it.
Yeah, Joe, you want to explain?
So voice recognition is on an Apple phone, it's Siri, and that you can use for asking questions, doing math problems, splitting a check, sending a message.
Yeah, great. That's exactly what it is. On an Apple phone, it's called Siri, but on an Android phone, they have this as well. I think it's called Cortana, but it's basically a platform that allows you to speak, ask questions, send messages. You say, "Hey Siri, please send a message to this person," or things like that. And we spent a nice chunk of time in the class looking at how to use that. Okay, let's go back to our board, and let's go now to Eileen. Would you like to choose a value? Eileen, are you able to choose a number? Oh, I don't think she's can hear me. Let's.
Brass?
Oh no, fine. Ellen, you can go. I was talking to someone else, but sure, Ellen, go ahead.
I don't know that they're listening, but okay, I'm going to go for managing a smartphone for 300.
Managing a smartphone for 300. Nice choice.
Good
Okay. How do you connect your phone to a wireless speaker? Which tool would you use to connect something wireless? In this example, it's a speaker, but how would you do that?
Bluetooth.
Exactly. Bluetooth is the tool on your phone that you use not only to connect to wireless speakers, but if it's a wireless headphone, anything that's not plugged into your phone is connected via Bluetooth. Nice job, Ellen. Okay. Let's go to. So I'm trying to go down the board here. Esther, would you like to choose a value? No. Okay. Let's go to Mr. Fleischer. Martin, choose a value, please.
You don't have anything for $50, do you?
I do not, unfortunately.
Then okay, show my stupidity. I'll go for $200, entertainment and shopping.
Entertainment and shopping for $200. Okay.
Yes.
Joe, go ahead.
What is the name of a music streaming service?
YouTube.
Okay, so
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
is one of
that's
them.
good.
The other two options are Spotify and Apple Music. Is that
Yeah, no, that's definitely right. YouTube is more commonly used for videos, but you could definitely get access to music and watching music videos. We were also looking for Apple Music and Spotify, but they all work. They're all the same, where you can get access to music on your smartphones and computers. Okay, let's go back to our board, and let's see who wants to go next. Bernice, would you like to choose an option?
Shopping and entertainment for 300.
Shopping and entertainment for 300. Okay.
what is the difference between Amazon and FreshDirect?
FreshDirect is only food. Amazon is pretty much anything you can imagine, including food.
Yes, very good answer.
Exactly. Amazon is, they're both online shopping websites, but Amazon you can go to for literally anything: clothing, accessories, technology, food, anything. And FreshDirect, you should not go to FreshDirect to buy a book. You can only go there to buy food products. Okay, let us go to Yinhan.
Can I choose smartphone apps 100, please?
Smartphone apps for 100. Let's see that question. Smartphone apps for 100. Okay, what app do you use to call someone while also seeing them? So which
What
app
about-
on your phone?
WhatsApp?
Sure. Yeah. WhatsApp is definitely right. WhatsApp is one of the apps you can get on your phone, and you could video chat. You could see someone while also talking to them. Also, if you look at your computers right now, are you all looking at me and hearing me?
Zoom.
Zoom is also a very applicable answer. And the most common one on Apple phones is called FaceTime. But all of these are fine. The ability for you to see someone while also talking with them, making it a very interactive, communication method without actually being with someone. But of course, Zoom and WhatsApp also offer the same service. Very nice job, Inhan. Okay, let's go to Ruth. Would you like to unmute yourself and select an option? Ruth, you just have to unmute yourself in the center of the screen.
Managing a computer 100.
Sure. Okay. Ruth Lewitis, I'll call on you in a second. Let's just get it. All right, Ruth Shapiro, what application do you use to delete files on your computer?
What application? I go to the garbage can. I go to trash.
Exactly. Carolyn, you want to explain?
Yeah, so basically, any application that you have on your computer, you can either drag into the trash bin, and then once in the trash bin, you can press like remove or delete. There's a button there, and that'll delete the application off your computer. And that's how it works. So yeah, you're right.
Great. Anytime you want to get rid of something, just drag it into the trash. Then you could then empty it after, every few days or every time you want to get rid of it. Okay. Let us now go to Ruth Lewitis. Let's choose an option.
Managing a smartphone 200.
Managing a smartphone for 200. Okay. What app do you use to find a lost Apple device? I'm actually going to skip over this question because we actually did not cover this semester. This was from last semester. So I'm going to skip this. Sorry, Ruth. Let's choose another one.
Okay. A different question. Oh, it's for 100, managing a smartphone.
Okay, managing a smartphone for 100. Okay, what tool do you use when you need light in a dark room?
Flashlight.
Exactly. On your phone, you could very easily turn on the flashlight. If you're looking at my camera, you can see I have my flashlight turned on. You could turn it on your phone by going to the control center and clicking on the little flashlight icon in the center of the screen. It looks exactly like a flashlight. Just by clicking on it, you will turn on the flashlight on your phone when you need light in a dark room. That's definitely something you could turn on. Excellent job, Ruth.
I asked a
Okay.
How do you turn it off, the flashlight?
Okay, and then Michael, you also had a question? You should have to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You also have to be on Wi-Fi to avoid telephone charge.
You could do it just like this.
You need to, so no, the answer to that is no. You could be using your phone's cellular service, which you typically you'll see LTE at the top of the screen, and you will not be charged. But it really depends on what your plan is. If you have unlimited phone calls, if you have a certain amount, if you have international phone calls, all plans are very different. But it all goes back to your cellular plan.
I thought you avoided by being on Wi-Fi.
Yes. So if you're in your house and you're connected to Wi-Fi, then you can make phone calls. But once you leave your house, then it's up to your cellular plan.
I understand that. Okay. But for
Okay, and then
so WhatsApp, you should have the Wi-Fi on in your house.
yeah, I mean, I would say that anytime you're in your house, it's best to have Wi-Fi on because it's faster service and it's typically free.
Okay, thanks.
And then someone asked how you turn off the flashlight just by clicking on the same icon. So right now it's on. You'll see there's a white box surrounding it. The flashlight's on. To turn it off, just click on it again. And it will turn back to that gray color. And then the flashlight is off. So just by clicking on the same exact button, you'll turn the flashlight on and off.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Judy, you want to choose an option?
Okay. Managing a computer for 400.
Managing a computer for 400. Okay. What tool do you use to work on two things at the same time when you want to multitask? What do you do on your computer to have two things open at the same time?
Oh, you could split the screen.
Exactly. Split screen is what you do to your computer when to multitask and have two things going on at the same time. On an Apple computer, you could hold down the green button at the top left of the screen and you'll be able to drag it left or right. Same thing applies on a PC or Windows. You just drag the window all the way to the left or all the way to the right and it will snap in place, allowing you to work on two things simultaneously. Very helpful to actually multitask. Okay, let's go back to the board.
400.
And let's go to Marilyn. Would you like to unmute and choose an option? Marilyn, in the center of the screen, you should have to click on unmute. Okay, I'm not sure you could hear me, Marilyn. So we're going to keep going, but if you could unmute, let me know. Let's go to Ronnie.
Okay, how about entertainment and shopping? You can see what I do most of. So entertainment and shopping for 400.
Okay, Joe, go ahead.
How can you access YouTube and what is it used for?
Okay, so I have a YouTube icon here. And yeah, I can get all kinds of videos, history videos, dance videos, actually there's some free movie videos. And yeah, it comes in very handy and it's free.
Yes, that is correct. You can access it either through an app, which you have the little icon there, or you can just type in youtube.com on Safari or Google Chrome or any other internet browser. And YouTube is just used for watching pretty much any kind of video. I think that's it.
Exactly. And the key part about YouTube is that it's free. You don't have to pay anything. You could watch any videos, listen to any songs without paying any sort of subscription. So if you are interested in free services, YouTube is definitely, I would say, the go-to resource. Okay, Lisa, go ahead. You should unmute yourself.
Random at 200.
What was it? Random for 200. Okay. What is one difference between traditional mail, meaning sending letters in the mail, and email?
One, you have to have the postage.
Exactly.
And the other one is available to you, immediate gratification with the email.
Exactly. So I would say the three ones that I mentioned were address, delivery, and time. Address, you don't have to put in the full zip code and the home address. You just have to type in the email address, which is jordan@gmail.com, for example. Delivery, you don't need the stamp, you don't need the envelope, you don't need any of those accessories. You don't have to walk over to the postage office. You don't have to do any of that. You just have to do it directly on your computer. You could be sitting in bed and do this. And number two, time. Mail could take a few days, maybe a few weeks, depending on how far you're sending it. Email is obviously a few seconds. If you are sending a bigger file, it might take a few minutes, but I would say nothing more than that. So definitely time is a very big difference. Those are, I would say, the three main ones. Excellent, Lisa. Okay, Michael Appel, would you like to choose an option?
Okay, I'm ready. I'll take smartphone app for 500.
Smartphone apps for 500. Okay. What is the difference between the HealthSync app and Apple's Health app?
HealthSync is an app that you introduced in your classes.
That is correct.
Apple's Health app, I'm not exactly familiar with.
No, that's fine. This is a little bit of a hard question. HealthSync, we learned this. I think it was lesson 5. If I'm not wrong. HealthSync, you have to input the information. So you put in your appointments, you put in your medications, you put in your measurements, your weight, etc. The Apple Health app does it automatically. It automatically records your steps every day or your heart rate. It automatically records that sort of information. You can input information into Apple Health, but usually the main difference that I mentioned is that it's used just automatically. It's able just by keeping the phone in your pocket, it automatically detects your movements, and it could keep track of sleep, for example, or how much caffeine you drink, things like that. So that's what I would say is the main difference. Okay. Sure. Nice job, Michael. Let's now go to, let's see if we can go back to Marilyn, because I know I called on you earlier. But I think your audio is working now. So let's see if you could choose an option. Marilyn, just by clicking on unmute. Marilyn, do you want to choose an option? I'm not able to hear you, so I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to here, whoever, JFSO7.
It's Monique. That's
Monique. Sorry,
Hi.
Don't have your name here, but okay, thank you. You want to choose
I
an
only
option?
found out about your classes 3 or 4 weeks ago. Smartphone apps for 300.
Okay, let's see if we can get a question from a later lesson. I think this actually is the later lesson. What is Venmo used for?
For sending money to one another, if you want to share a restaurant meal or any other, you want to pay back for a movie you saw and you didn't have your wallet with you.
Perfect. Exactly. That's exactly what Venmo is used for. It's used to send money from one person to another, not used for a store purchase. You can't go to the store and say, I have Venmo, but it's used from person to person. You could divide a check between your friends, exactly how you described it. Excellent job, Monique.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Joan, would you like to unmute yourself and choose an option?
Smartphone apps for 200.
Smartphone apps for 200. Okay, Caroline, you want to do this one?
Okay, so what app can be used to text people other than iMessage?
Email?
Okay, so you could contact people through email, but I think the choice that we were looking yeah, you can continue to guess.
Not through text.
We use it like weekly.
Not through a text, through let's see.
Okay, yeah, it starts with a W.
WhatsApp?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay, WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp.
Yeah, so WhatsApp, aside from iMessage, could be used for the same exact thing, and it just holds group chats with like larger amount of people, and it's easier to it's more organized, I would say.
Exactly. WhatsApp and iMessage are both used to send messages to each other. We use WhatsApp as our main resource for sending you messages every week. So you should be familiar with that. We did spend a class or two talking about WhatsApp, but they're both used for the same purpose, which is sending messages to one another. Okay. Roberta Stetson, would you like to choose an option? Any option from the board? We are almost out of choices. Let's see if you can find one.
All right. I'll do random for 100.
Random for 100. Okay. What icon is used on email to send an attachment?
A paper clip.
Excellent. No matter which email browser you are using, anytime you want to attach a picture, a video, a document, any sort of resource, you're always going to click on the little paper clip, which makes sense because paper clips attaches a bunch of papers together. So on an email, you're attaching a document. Excellent job, Roberta. Selma, would you like to choose an option? So you have to unmute yourself in the center of the screen. Selma, are you able? There you go.
I did. Let's see. Let's do managing a computer for 500.
Okay. Manage computer for 500. Okay. Here, Caroline, want to read?
Yeah. What tool do you use to organize the files on your desktop automatically? Sorry.
The folders?
Okay, so not quite. You can use folders to organize files, but we were actually looking for the app called Stacks. Remember we taught it in a lesson?
I'm actually new, so I guess I didn't.
Okay, yeah, but folders is also a way to organize your desktop really well.
Yeah, great, Selma. That's actually very, very nice. I think this is your first class. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I took the one before this.
Okay. All right. That's yeah, that's fine because I think we did cover this in an earlier lesson. Stacks. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Stacks is used to automatically take all your files and put them together and organize them very nicely. But just like you said, folders is definitely another option which people tend to use to organize their files and pictures and documents. Okay, Sharon Garfunkel, would you like to choose an option on the board? Joe, let's go back to the board. And Sharon, choose an option. You should unmute. Sharon, are you able to unmute? There you go.
Okay, managing a computer for 200.
Managing a computer for 200. Okay. Let's see what that question is. What tool do you use to take a picture of content on your computer screen? It's also the same term for your phone.
That was just my question to you. Screenshot.
Excellent. Anytime you want to take a picture of content on your devices, you could take a screenshot, then you can send it, you could save it, you could do whatever you want with it. But if you have a document on the screen, you want to take a picture of it, you would do what's called a screenshot. On a computer, it's Shift Command and 4 or Shift Command 3. On a PC, Shift Control 4, Shift Control 3, and on a smartphone, just by clicking on the home button and the power button at the same time, you'll take a screenshot or a picture of what you see on the screen. It should be pretty simple, especially if you're on a phone. A computer gets a little more complicated. But we did mention that. I think it was last class, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's now.
Command on a Mac. The command on a Mac.
Yeah, with Shift Command 4 or Shift Command 3. Shift Command 3 is to take a picture of the entire screen, and Shift Command 4 is to take a picture of a portion of the screen. Okay. So I see if you do not have your video off. Sorry, have your video off. If you want to get a chance to answer a question, please turn on your video so I could unmute you and give you the opportunity to actually do that. If you want to, if you don't want to, that's fine. Rabbi Lookstein, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself. Rabbi, you have to unmute yourself. There you
All
go.
right. How do you take a screenshot on an Outlook, a desktop computer?
So the only difference between taking it on an Apple and a PC is instead of using the command button, you use the control button. So instead of the command, you use the control. Another alternative, which I think might be a little bit easier, is if you type into the search bar at the bottom left of the screen, if you type in a snipping tool, it will actually give you, it will open up a program that allows you to just, you'll click on new snip or whatever, and you'll be able to take a screenshot. Here, Joe, are you able to stop sharing for 1 second? Here, I'll just show you very, very briefly. Let me just go to my presentation here. Sorry, everyone. It's the wrong one. Lesson 9. Okay, here we go. So this was actually a lesson from last week. And to take a screenshot on a PC computer. Here you go. So I'll put this in present mode for a second. On the bottom left of your PC computer, you'll always see a search bar over there where it says type here to search, and you could type in really anything. If you type into their snipping tool, you will get this application. It's a snipping tool. This is what you'll get. And if you click on the new button, it's right over here, it says new, you'll be able to take a screenshot of any portion of your screen just by dragging across that selection. So you'll click on new, and then you'll be able to drag across, like let's say a picture or a document or an email, and it will take a screenshot of that selection, and it will place it automatically on your desktop.
Okay, thank you.
Rabbi, would you like to choose an option on the board?
Sure, but give me the board back.
There we go.
All the easy options have been, all right, smartphone apps, 400.
Smartphone apps for 400. Okay, how do you pay for something without cash or a credit card?
With Venmo or with Apple Pay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. That's what we were looking for. Using Apple Pay, the app on your phone, you could just hold up your phone to the credit card reader, and you could just scan the credit card, and you will not need any cash or any physical credit card to make a purchase. It's a very easy way to go shopping. Excellent job. Okay, is there anyone here who has not answered a question once before we just wrap up with the board with a few people who got to go twice? Is there anyone who has not answered a question once who would like to? If you would, you could just unmute yourself and you'll be able to ask. I think I got to everyone. Okay, so let us go back to Michael Wolf. We started with you. So I'll if you just unmute yourself, you could choose. A few of you will get to go twice. Lucky you. Okay, you want to choose an option?
Managing smartphone for 400.
Managing a smartphone for 400. All right, after this, we have 4 questions left. I think it was 5. Okay, the question is, what makes a strong password?
Letters, numbers, and some symbols.
Great. So you want as much variety as possible. You also don't want things that resemble with you, like your street address or your name or people in your family, things like that. And like you said, you want a variation of different characters, whether it's punctuation or numbers or letters, capital letters. You want to make it as distinguishable as possible. And the most important part is you want to write your passwords down so you don't forget them, especially because when you do use your computer a lot, you tend to have a lot of passwords and it's kind of hard to keep them in your mind. So I definitely recommend, I always do this, have like a list of your websites and passwords sitting on your desk when you're using your computer so you never forget them. Great job, Michael. Okay, let's go to Ellen Grass. Would you like to choose another option? We have a few more left.
Okay, let's go for random for 500. What do you think?
Random for 500. Okay. What does Jordan show before every breakout room session?
Sort of the ability to get into the breakout room, like It says join the breakout room. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right that before every session, I always show kind of how to do that, but I also show our breakout room video, which is kind of true. I was looking for, which is just a creative question that we show our funny video before the breakout. Great. Thank you, Ellen. Let's go back to the board and let's wrap up. I know we have a few questions left. Ronnie, would you like to choose an option? You have to unmute yourself. There you go.
So random for 300.
Random for 300. And then we have 3 questions left, I think. Okay. What is the difference between BCC and CC on your email?
Okay, so CC it's short for carbon copy. You can see my age. Is just a copy, so the people who are receiving the email or whatever sees that there are who else has been copied. BCC stands for blind copy, so that it's only seen by the person who received it, not by the other people who are receiving it.
Great. So both of them are used for people who the email is not directed to. They are still included, but the email is not directed to them. They're kind of a side viewer. The only difference is that CC are viewed by everyone else, and BCC are hidden. So the other people who the email is sent to cannot see that you were included in the actual email. Excellent job, Ronnie. Let's go back to the board. We have a few questions left. Here, Martin, would you like to choose an option?
$300 random.
No, we actually just did that one.
Oh gee, $400 random.
$400 for random, and then we have 2 questions left.
I don't want 2, just want 1. I don't even want 1.
Explain the difference between posting on your Instagram story and posting on your feed. I'm not sure how much in depth we got to this, but you might know the answer.
That I do not know the answer to.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure how much we got into this semester, but if you post on your story, on an Instagram story, it only lasts 24 hours. If you post on your feed, it is permanent unless you delete it. So story is 24 hours, then it will automatically go away. Your feed stays there. It's not going anywhere unless you manually delete it. But I'm not sure how much we got into that, so that's fine. Thank you, Martin. Let us go. We have 2 questions left. Yinhan, would you like to unmute yourself and choose an option?
Can I try the managing smartphone of $500, please?
Okay, managing a smartphone for $500. What is the difference between do not disturb on your phone and turning off notifications? There's a slight difference between do not disturb on your phone and turning off notifications.
Do not disturb, it means that's for your convenience. And the turn off the notification, that's the blocks the notification you do not want to I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's you're on the right path. So if you turn on do not disturb on your phone, it will abandon any of your notification settings, and it will silence your phone so that you do not get any beeps, any buzzes, any notifications. You could have a quiet sleep or a meeting or whatever you're doing. If you turn off notifications, you can only do that for specific applications. So for example, for the Messages app, I could turn off my Messages notifications, but my phone will still ring, my email will still buzz, only Messages is turned off. If you turn on do not disturb, it will cancel out all those notification settings, and your entire phone will be muted. So do not disturb is for everything, and notifications, you can control specific applications, but do not disturb overrides if you even have those small notifications set up.
Okay, thank you.
Great. And it looks like we have 1 more question left. We could open that up. That's entertainment and shopping for 500. Let's see who wants to get this last question. Anyone want to raise your hand? Anyone want the last question? What does it mean to filter a search while shopping? Does anyone know the answer? What does it mean to filter a search while shopping? Sharon, go ahead.
Further refine what you're looking for. So if you want shoes, you would put in men's shoes. If you want clothes, you would put, or kids' clothes, you would put in children's clothing if you were on a site that sold all clothing. to further
Great.
refine what you're looking for.
Excellent. It's narrowing down your search to find exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes websites have check boxes where you could check off, a price range if you want it between $25 and $50, or a color of the clothing attire that you want. And the example we use is if you want to find apples, you can't just type in the word apple, because you'll get apple computers and apple juice and apple sauce and you'll get so many different options. So you want to make sure that you're as specific as possible and that you're using our shopping filters. Okay, it looks like we got every question on the board. I think so, yeah. So I hope that was kind of a fun way to review what we did this semester. If there were questions that you weren't fully confident with, everything here was covered in the class, except for one or two, which I mentioned. But you somewhat should be familiar with everything. If you were paying attention, you attended all the classes. This was just to give you a kind of a fun way to review. Okay, so in our last few minutes of the class, before we wrap up and I talk about what's going to happen going forward and how you could still participate, I want to give everyone, if anyone wants to, say something about their experiences in the class, or they want to add something, you're more than welcome to contribute. You could just raise your hand either manually or virtually, and I'll be happy to call on you. And then myself, Caroline, and Joe, and then we'll say some things, and then we will wrap up. So Joe, if you could stop screen sharing so we could see all the faces together, that'll be easier. So if you do want to say something, just kind of, you could raise your hand manually, or you could just click on the virtual raise hand button. Yes, Lisa, you could start us off. You have to unmute yourself.
When would next semester begin?
Okay, so all the questions regarding upcoming, I'm going to mention that at the end of the class.
Okay.
This is more just if you want to see something about something you enjoyed or something you think we should change about next semester, or any experiences, things like that. But everything regarding next semester, I'm going to mention. I'm going to answer all those questions at the end of the class. Martin, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks a lot, because this is a very good exercise, exercising one's brain. And you are really keeping us from going into Alzheimer's, really. And I really am very much impressed by all four of you. In fact, I'm jealous of your IQs. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Martin. That's very kind. Thank you.
I second.
I'm glad you.
I would like to echo Martin's praise. Honestly, you've kept us, kind of forward thinking in the pandemic. You've taken your time on Sunday to help us out. Honestly, it has been a terrific, any number of sessions I've taken, I've enjoyed. So I thank you so very much for doing this. And as teenagers, we have a bright future ahead of you guys are steering us.
Thank you so much, Alan. Thank you so much.
That's bye.
Bernice, go ahead.
I want to just echo the woman before. It really has, we've learned so much. You guys, all four of you are just really, really delightful young people. And we wish you much good luck in the future. It's just been incredible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bernice. Renee, Ronnie, go ahead.
So, yeah, I want to second what the previous speakers said. I think this course is organized, and all four of you are amazingly articulate for high school students. You're patient. Nobody is embarrassed to ask questions and to comment. It's been a very inclusive experience, and you really added a sense of community for all of us. And of course, you've narrowed the generation gap between us and our children and grandchildren. Thank you very much.
Sure, of course, Ronnie. Thank you for taking the class. Rabbi Luxstein, go ahead. You have to unmute. You're still muted.
I particularly want to echo the beautiful evaluation just expressed by Ronnie Mandelker. You don't know who Ronnie Mandelker is or actually was, but she was a really gifted teacher in the middle school of Ramaz. She taught history to my children, to Mindy and to Debbie, who still remember her as Miss Mandelker. And so when she compliments all of you on your teaching abilities, you're being complimented by a master teacher herself. So I agree with her. And I'm very proud of all of you. Since I taught all of you what you know, I feel really proud. But the things that you teach on this course, I really don't know, but I have a better idea of it now. So a big yesher koach to you.
Thank you
so
for
much,
the
Rabbi.
compliment, Rabbi Luckstein. I really appreciate it. Brings back fond memories.
Roberta Stetson, go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Once again, I echo everyone who has complimented you. Well, I'm particularly impressed by how well you all work together and that you complement each other. So that truly comes across in a very supportive environment. So Yasha Koach, very
Thank you. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you so much. Judy, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to say again, like with everyone else, what a wonderful class you have. You simplify everything, and it really makes it make the class a lot of fun. And I just have a quick question. If you have a moment to go over it, I'm a little lost on how to put photos on Windows 10 into folders to organize it. Is that possible? You could show quick.
Yeah, so if you're looking at your desktop, it's all just dragging. If you drag a picture into an existing folder, it will just lock in. It will lock in itself, and you could open up the folder by double clicking and you'll see what's inside there. But everything on the computer in terms of moving things and organizing things are just dragging, click, hold, and drag a document or a file into an existing folder. To add a folder, you just have to right click on your computer desktop and click on create new folder. You have to right click on your desktop. Once the folder is created, then it's just dragging, drag and drop.
Oh, okay. Well, how about if you want to put numerous pictures together? Like, is there any easy? You have to do one by one.
No, so here I'll just show very quickly. Let's say I have these two pictures over here. The way you select multiple ones is you just drag across them. So you'll see here's my mouse. If I drag across, it will select all these two files. Now both of them are selected, and I could drag them to this folder. You see there's a folder that says computer. I can just select these and drag them into the folder and let go. And now they've been placed into the folder. So just by clicking, holding, and dragging across the screen, you'll be able to move things into different folders.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sure. Michael Wolf, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself.
Hear me now?
Yes.
I would echo what everyone else said, but also that I'm extremely impressed just that you've devoted all this time and effort to this project. I'm sure you've all got very busy lives, school and exams and other things, and to take all this time to prepare and to present this, I just really appreciate it very much. It's very impressive. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Fun fact, Michael actually attended, I think it was one of the earlier in-person classes when we started doing those, and now he's on Zoom. So I've known him for a few semesters now. Okay, would anyone else like to go before my team and I? Yes, Joan, go ahead.
Oh.
You have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, I just would like to thank you very much. You've given me confidence to not be so afraid that when I touch my iPhone, it won't blow up in front of my face. And it's opened up many avenues. I still have a lot to learn, but I so admire what you do, how you do it. The four of you are excellent, and may you continue to do it to help seniors like me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joan. I really appreciate it, and we all appreciate it. Geeta, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself. We still can't hear you. Are you able to unmute?
Am I unmuted now?
There you go. There you go.
So that means there has to be no red lines to it. I see.
Exactly.
Mute when I put the red line on. So to unmute, you have to do command, get rid of the red line. That's what I wanted to understand. Okay, basic thing. I think your class is wonderful. I got a little late started on it because my other things going on, but I want to thank you. And if I can ever write a letter, you don't need it, but if I can ever write a letter of recommendation to anybody, please let me know because it's very good what you're doing. I do hope you're keeping your studies up. I'm sure you are. And I hope you're getting scholarships to all the colleges you want to go to. Really, I'd be very happy to put it in writing because I have a master's degree. Sometimes I've taught some college courses. So I'd be happy to send you a letter. Thank you so much. And I hope
Thank you, Gita.
I hope I can do the class again and to reconfirm some of the stuff you've been teaching us. Thank you.
Yeah, at the end, we'll mention what's going to happen going further. Yes, Lisa, go ahead. You have to unmute yourself.
May you and your friends, may your knowledge of technology will lead you to Tikkun Olam for the whole human family.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, Yinhan, go ahead.
You know, that's a very nice and enjoyable class. And I really appreciate your time, four of you time, effort, and the content, organizations for the class. And for the senior, I think that's a wonderful, wonderful things. You give us the opportunity to join you guys. And we do not feel like be left behind. And yes, and I would like to join the next
Yinhan, I think you were just muted. You just have to unmute yourself. We weren't able to hear the last few words.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I wish you the best, the four of you. And I would like to join the next session in February. And that's wonderful. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much, Yinhan. Okay, before we wrap up, is there, yeah, Sharon.
Your IT skills and that of your staff are sterling. And also, I really applaud your marketing and entrepreneurial skills. They will take you very far.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Yes, we definitely work very, very hard on that. Okay, but is there anyone else who would like to say something before my team and I wrap up?
Mary.
Yes, Michael. Let's have Michael first and then Marion.
Okay.
Michael, you have to unmute.
Hi, are you talking to me?
Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Okay, great. I wanted to let everybody know, because I just heard the expression Tikkun Olam. There's an organization that gives awards to young people exactly for this. And I nominated Jordan for a Tikkun Olam award by Diller, that's DILLER, Teen Awards. And I told him about it, and I think he may be familiar with the organization, but I would like everybody to look up Diller Teen Awards, read about what they do, and nominate Jordan to get one of those awards. And maybe if we all join together, he will receive a well-deserved tribute. It's a monetary award, and I'd love to see him get it. I think it's fully deserved.
Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I actually have looked into that. Thank you for putting in the nomination. I have looked at that on the internet, and hopefully we'll go forward with that. Okay, is there, oh, I saw Marion, yes. Marion wants to say
I
something.
didn't plan on being the last word, but I just want to say that you have been a phenomenon in my life. And I can't tell you how grateful I am, and I hope that the school gives you recognition at graduation. And you know how they nominate people for CNN heroes at the end of the year? You certainly, all four of you, have become like heroes in a senior's life during a pandemic. So I kind of nominate you to be a hero. And I already wrote a letter of recommendation that you could keep in your files for college. And I'm sure everybody else could do that very easily themselves. And I just wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Marion. I really appreciate that. Okay, I think we got to everyone, because I do want to leave a few minutes for me and my team to talk. So is there anyone else who would like to say something?
Here's a novel thought to the group. So what about after the pandemic that we all go to their graduation and we all stand up and cheer and they walk across the stage? So I think nobody should turn down an invitation, and we should all meet as grateful seniors to these 4 great kids. So
we should wear t-shirts.
Exactly. I'm in for the graduation. So Jordan, you're gonna have to tell us. Okay? Good.
Okay. We definitely will. Thank you, everyone. So I do want to say that Julie unfortunately wasn't able to be at the class today, but she wishes her best regards, and she definitely enjoyed teaching all of you. Now, I just want to thank. I know you've all mentioned it, but Julia, Caroline, and Joe, you guys see that we're on the class every Sunday, but we have meetings before the classes. We're organizing the lessons. We're posting pictures on social media. We're sending WhatsApp messages. So many things happen outside of what you guys see in the hour every Sunday or in the Q&A. But there's so much that goes into the preparation of these classes, and all 3 of them really contributed. I know Julia can't be here, but I just want to thank Julia, Caroline, and Joe for everything that they've put into this semester and the preparation and everything that they've been doing to help you guys. So just thank Caroline, Julia, and Joe. I know Julia's not here, but thank you everyone for everything that you've been doing. Caroline and Joe, you guys want to say?
Can I say something?
Yes.
You hear me?
I do hear you, Gita.
Okay. I also think we should thank Rabbi Luckstein because of his leadership, you guys turned out so great. And I mean about writing letters, but there must be something special going on at that school. Thank you.
Yes, it definitely stemmed off of Rabbi Luckstein. Everything stems off from Rabbi Luckstein.
Thank you very much, but I'm the worst student in this class because I was born too soon.
I have your book, Rabbi. I have your book. It's a hell of a book. Thank you.
I'm much better than I used to be because of this class.
Okay, Caroline, Joe, do you guys want to say something, or just to wrap up before anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was a pleasure teaching all of you this semester, and I hope you benefited from the class, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you all have a good new year.
Joe, something you want to add?
Pretty much the same. It was really a pleasure teaching you guys. We had fun. We hope you learned a lot. Happy New Year.
Yeah, no, definitely what both of them said. Partially the reason why we do these things is because we enjoy doing it. It's it's a fun class and something that we enjoy. And even though I've probably taught some of these lessons over and over and over again, seeing your reactions and listening to your questions and going to the Q&A sessions and seeing the way you guys can then go back to your grandchildren and impress them. We just had a class on that. I think that really makes everything that we're doing so much more worth it. So the class wouldn't be the same without you guys. And every semester we have different seniors, but we do teach the same material, but it really doesn't get boring. It doesn't get boring every time we do it. It's a whole different experience. So thank you, everyone. Now, before we wrap up, Joe, if you can go back to the presentation, I just want to talk briefly about next semester. Okay. If everyone's able just to look at the screen. Okay, so first of all, just kind of our basic procedures. This class was recorded. I know there wasn't too much material to kind of review, but we will be sending out a link to the recording if you want to rewatch the class or do things like that, etc. Now, in terms of what's happening from here. First of all, we released our virtual portal a few weeks ago, and we've had about 150 seniors, that's 150 seniors who have already taken our computer basics class. And what that means is that they have they've signed into our portal, and they've taken, over the summer, we recorded professional videos of the class where you could submit your homework online. It's a whole online experience like never seen before. So if that's definitely something in between now and the next semester. If you really want to check that out, I definitely recommend doing it. The website is portal.mittlerseniortech.com. I'll put it into the chat so that you have it, and we'll also send it out to you later today. But if you go to that link, you could actually, here, let me put it into the chat so you could all see it. You could actually sign up and take our computer basics class. Now, for those of you who think you're more advanced, we are releasing our, on that same portal, the advanced class is going to be released in a few weeks. So the basics class is there right now. You could definitely start with that. The advanced class will be released in a few weeks. So for those of you who are comfortable and you think that, I could use this portal, please go ahead and try it out. The link's in the chat. We'll send it to you after the class today. And it's really cool. We have gotten really great feedback. And you could play around with it. It's actually really fun. You watch a video, then you could type in the answers to the homeworks and all that. It's a whole interactive experience, something that we worked really, really hard on. And I really recommend you go ahead and try it out. The link's in the chat, and we'll be sending it to you later on. Once again, the basics class is there right now. You could start it right after this class today. The advanced class is currently in the works, and that will be released I would say in 2 or 3 weeks. So stay on the lookout for that. It will stay under the same link. And of course, if you're in our WhatsApp chat or email list, you'll be receiving all the different updates that you have to be aware of. Okay, now in terms of next semester, although it looks like we do this full time, next month is January and we have midterms. So we actually aren't going to start the class until the first week of February, Sunday, February 7th. At 11:30 a.m. Now, we have no idea what's going to happen regarding the coronavirus. We have no idea if we could do maybe partial in person, partial on Zoom, or whether we're going to have, a different version of classes. But all we know right now is that we're hoping to start on that day. You should definitely write that down so that you have it. If things change in terms of if we're having in person or if maybe the class to be postponed a week, things like that will all be sent into the WhatsApp, into the email list. All we know right now is that we're hoping that starting on February 7th of 2021, that is an error. It should say 2021. I'll just fix that. It should be 2021. Sorry, guys. Hopefully our next semester is starting then. At this point, we aren't sure what we're doing. Depending on if we get a lot of new people, we might redo this curriculum. We might come up with another curriculum. We aren't sure exactly what we're doing, but we're definitely doing something again, starting in the spring, starting in February. It might be in person, it might be partial on Zoom. We might set up a computer in the back. All of that's unknown to us based off how this virus goes and how things change. But we will definitely let you know as soon as we get updates. If you continue to stay in our WhatsApp chat and email list, you will receive all the different updates that you have to know. And we will hopefully send everything to you. If you follow us on social media, things will be posted there. We're definitely not keeping secrets from you. So anytime we find out something, you will find out something. We're definitely going to continue. This is not the end. You all have our email addresses, and you're more than welcome to reach out to us if you have questions, things like that. And starting next month, we're going to continue these. Please go ahead and try out that portal. We've gotten great responses from it, and people really enjoy it. So you're more than welcome to try that out. So thank you everyone so much for coming to our last lesson, and thank you for coming to all 10 lessons if you attended all of them. This really was an amazing experience for all of us. I hope everyone has a great new year, and I hope to hear from you and to see you all again in February. Bye-bye everyone, and see you all again soon.
Thank you, Jordan. Wonderful.